So today was one of those days that I wanted to do something different for Fiveday. Ooh, that's a nasty bed in the background. My whole room is a mess. Anyway, what I wanted to do was show you guys how to make lightsabers in Adobe After Effects. So let's hop over to the computer. So you're first going to want to start with some footage of you and your friends maybe with lightsabers. And I'm going to turn this into this, where we highlight one of the lightsabers. I only did one because this process is kind of strenuous. So first off, you're going to want to launch Adobe After Effects, this wonderful program here. Then you're going to want to grab your footage and drag it down into your timeline. From there, you're going to want to go into the composition settings and change the frame rate from whatever it is to 25 FPS. Main reason for that is it will be very difficult otherwise doing the process we're going to be doing. So make a new solid layer and make it white. That's going to be the color of it. This will be the core of your lightsaber, so you're going to want that to be white. You can rename it lightsaber if you want, but you don't really need to. Go up to your pen tool in the settings there, and you're going to want to make yourself a small rectangle. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be changing the shape of it every frame, so you don't really have to worry about that necessarily. So drag a clip to where your first saber appears, which for me that's Lily. Then you're going to want to drag the corners of the mask in order to cover up every inch of the lightsaber you can see in every single frame. So after you do that in the first one, you're going to want to set a mask path keyframe. You can do that by going down into your mask. Then there will be a small clock next to mask path. You're going to want to click that. Otherwise, you're going to have a very long day. So go frame by frame, masking around each part of the saber. This takes a really long time, not gonna lie. That's one of the main reasons I haven't made any lightsaber videos, because it is exhausting to do this process. But in this process, a couple of things you want to keep in mind. The mask is going to be a little bit smaller than you think it is, or in saying that, your lightsaber is going to be a little bit bigger than you think it is. So make sure you cover up every single piece of it that you can, because it's always going to be a little bit larger and you don't want pieces hanging outside of your mask. Also, make sure you cover up even the blended moments. You can see here as the lightsaber's swinging, I'm still covering up those pieces with the mask. And you want to make sure to do that because even in the movies, the lightsaber's swinging, they have kind of a movement to them, a cadence, if you will. Also, whenever you move the lightsaber off of the screen entirely, you're going to want to keep masking it, because as the lightsaber is going to glow, the glow will remain off screen, and so you'll see pieces of the glowing light even though you won't see the actual core of the saber itself. So here I'm just dragging it back down to the hilt in order to make sure that it stays consistent lighting wise with the rest of the shot. So you can turn on your mask visibility to see if you messed up anywhere in the film. You can just watch it back through, and if you didn't and you're fine, you can move on to the next step. The next step is to make a new black solid and place it in between the white and the footage. So you can do that by just clicking new, solid, and then dragging it into the middle of your white layer and your footage layer. So there's your footage, there's your white. What you're going to want to do now is turn on the visibility for that, and you'll see this white line flinging around. That is your lightsaber. So you're going to want to duplicate your white layer and feather each extra layer for a glow effect. So you'll open up each of these all the way down here. You'll go up to the top one, and the top one you're going to want to set that to around 2 to 5. And that'll just be the core. Like I said, you can see it up in the top right there. The second one you're going to want to set to about 10. I feel like that is a comfortable number for that one. Close those up. The third one you're going to want to set to about 30. The fourth one, you're going to want to set to around 60. And finally, the fifth one, you're going to want to set around 100 to 110, depending on how it makes you comfortable. So now you want to make a new comp from the selection, then layer it over your footage and screen it. So you can do that by just clicking new comp there. You grab your footage and place it on the bottom, and then you can right click on your black layer. You go up to blending mode, and then you hit screen. Whenever you do that, it'll take out all of the black and you'll only have the white lightsaber left, and it will line up perfectly with the footage underneath if you did it properly. So the next thing you're going to want to do is color. So you go Effect, Color Balance, and then drag it into a frame where you can see the lightsaber, and then you just drag it. It's preference from there. So you can do highlights to bring up the glow color, and then midtones will really move your core around. So here I did highlights of blue and midtones of reds in order to make a pretty nice violet effect. So after that, that's pretty much it. You're going to want to render your footage, and then you're done. Probably the best option is to render it in full quality, and then you get something like this. That's pretty awesome in my opinion. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time on Fiveday.